Sorry,
is
Maria.
Oh gosh. You can record. This is actually like hilarious to me because I'm like definitely no expert in RPD, but
You're the expert,
You're very.
I am, I
Yeah.
guess.
Listen, it's much better
Yeah,
than all of us together, honestly.
Okay, so Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Her analyzing rod's a little bent.
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow mine?
Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah. Here, borrow Shauna's.
That might be my excuse.
It's pretty
tomorrow.
straight.
Analyzing
I
it?
think I got it
I'm not
pretty
done yet,
straight.
you know.
I'm fine with this.
It like came that way. I was just
Well, yeah. Do you know how old this thing is? It's probably
older than me.
older than. You weren't even born when this was being used here. So this is the analyzing rod.
Do you want to use a straighter one?
We can sure.
Oh, that's you.
Do you guys know how to use this?
I'll take the bent one.
Okay, so I put it in here.
Oh, fine. Fine. Totally fine.
So the first thing I do, like this comes a little bit loose, and you just start checking all of the teeth next to adjacent areas. But I'm just pointing out to you that on the canine here, you see how I'm kind of lingual? So I'm not like on the contact area of this canine, which would be all the way out here. I'm kind of back near the cingulum for that measurement. So to me, at my view, this looks right on. It looks parallel. And then back here, so this one's like slightly off. I can see like a little bit of space. I'll kind of rotate this so everyone can see. I can see a tiny bit of space, but if I go back here, I'm just gonna see like maybe it's the same. So yeah, it's a little bit. If I tip this way, it's gonna make one of them worse, and if I tip it the other way, it's gonna make the other one worse. So I'm actually okay with the way this is right now. I don't know if I would really play much with it. Maybe just a tad.
So you just need to find like the area where like analyzing rod and is it the long axis of the tooth or the
It's just the side. And what I'm looking at here is this analyzing rod touching the entire side of the tooth fleshly? But you guys know that teeth aren't squares. So very rarely are you going to get a case where they touch. And you just have to know that you're going to end up making a parallel guiding plane. But I don't think that this is anything dramatic at all. And I know I'm going to have to reduce these teeth anyway. So I'm going to leave it like this. Feel free to play around with it to make the spaces smaller, but it doesn't actually really matter. Once you're done, once you're happy with your everything, tighten everything really tight, because if it comes off, you start over. It's really actually difficult to put it back on correctly is really hard, and I had to do it in clinic and it wasn't fun. So then you're gonna take a pen. Do you care if I write on this?
That's okay.
And you're gonna mark where your analyzing rod is on 3 sides. Okay, so I just kind of drew this line. You see how it fits in the center?
It's supposed to be parallel, or
Is it supposed to be like touching along the?
So I do it. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect because it's a pen and this is a rod and it's not touching properly. It's not touching fully, but this is good. Like, this is something that somebody could say, okay, the analyzing rod goes between these two things. Okay. And then I'll do one on the opposite side.
And are we expecting that when we're trying to find like our path of insertion, it's not going to be too crazy because it's like a type dot?
Exactly.
So we should kind of expect it just to be like relatively.
Most of you guys won't have to play around with this much. I'm not going to draw all the lines, but you know, you could do one on the front. I think I used to do one back here. Like, it's not a cast, it's not perfect, but the other thing is they want you to do the one in the palate. And also on the mandible, I think you have to do this too. There's 2 forms of tripoding. So there's the outside and then the inside. So the inside is when you have your analyzing rod at a certain height and it can touch at 3 different locations. So if I did this and it touched up here, it's not touching over here, and it's barely touching over here. So that wouldn't be a good spot. So maybe here, here, and here.
Is that the art border one? Which one's the one that she wants us to do?
This is the one where you
But I've never heard.
I don't know what that
you kind of like circle where this was, like this.
I don't think we. I know they taught us.
This
some,
will
but I
come
don't
off
think
with
we did that one.
alcohol.
But it's that one, right? The one that she's doing, the one in like inside the tissue, or is that the tissue tripod?
Tissue tripod. That's what this
That
is.
is tissue check.
I don't know what art bordering is.
Me
Ever? Okay, we can look that up maybe. Does anyone know? All of you people? It's okay. I've never heard of it, so don't worry.
I think this is. I think so.
So I think a lot of people forget about this. So don't forget to tripod and do both types. The next thing is, so you're gonna have your design. So I always used to like draw these, but it's kind of nice that she's giving you your design, because then you don't really have to think too hard. This is the midline. I just like, I'm very visual, so this is kind of like what you're working with. Do you guys know she's giving you like your rest, seat, location, and everything?
I think so.
That's really, really nice of her. So this is a canine. So like, I'm just gonna make this up. This might not be the most accurate. Okay, so let's say that this is the design. So this is a Kennedy Class 2 Mod 1. So we have our 3 little rests there. And then you can have like your eye bars on here, and let's just say that's the design you got. So now we can take our
Is that okay?
So you
I'm
draw
gonna
your
send it to you
design
also.
before you do your photo.
She's gonna apparently be giving you this.
Okay.
I just drew it because we didn't have one with us.
on the meter. It should be on the pistol.
This might not even be clinically accurate. Does anyone have the .01 undercut? I don't see it here. Oh, it's over here. My bad. So .01 undercut has one stripe. Don't use a different one. Use the correct one, or else they're gonna check it and it's gonna be wrong. Okay, so only one stripe. You can see how these have 3 stripes and 2 stripes, and obviously the analyzing rod has no stripes, so just don't get confused.
She'll do it. Don't worry.
Do you guys have a question back there?
No, I was just
Okay.
explaining them. I think on the right side is supposed to be on the mesial, the rest.
Probably.
I
Yeah,
I
like,
assumed you already knew that. You're just showing.
well,
me.
yeah, I don't really exactly remember.
Yeah, it's just an example. So,
We're gonna go with it. Wait, which one?
the rest on the right side.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's on a canine.
That's a,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
that
a,
doesn't
no,
matter.
this is a premolar.
That's
You're
a
right.
premolar? Okay,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah. Whatever. That's just an example.
Whatever. He might, maybe like an RPI, whatever that is. So, but I'm just teaching you guys kind of how to do this. So, oh wait, I put the wrong thing in. I'm an idiot. Next, sorry, is not the, it's not the 01 undercut. You're gonna survey.
Yo, I'll get your hand.
Okay, so you put that in, you leave a little bit of the lead down here. I would survey all surfaces of the teeth that are next to adjacent areas. And don't forget to survey the lingual, because remember the reciprocating arm? And I think it has to, correct me, the reciprocating arm is in the middle third, and then it acts as a reciprocator, right? It's kind of like higher than an undercut would be. So I would just take this, and the thing about the typodonts is you could easily hit the gingiva. So try to keep the bottom of this above the gingiva. And I'm pushing a little hard. See how I hit the gingiva there? So I had to go back because I knew that wasn't accurate.
Okay, so the bottom of the marker should not hit the gingiva.
No, because if it does, that means you're not up against the tooth. And you could always go back over it. These are typodont teeth. They're not going to change. I could bring this line right over the same thing again, and it's going to be exactly the same spot. See? So if you feel like you messed up, just go back, do it again. You can erase it, and then I'll do the back here. This is a little tricky because the gingiva is right there. Okay. Okay, so see, I made like a mark that shouldn't be there. Okay, so I'm happy with this. So if we had our rest, can you guys all see this?
Yeah.
So this survey line looks like a U. If we had our rest on the mesial, you could definitely take an acres clasp here to the distal. Do you agree
Yes.
that that's an option? So the issue is we want our high undercut point to be here, but this is also high. So I'm gonna just kind of know automatically that I'm gonna bring this line down. Okay, because when you want an acres clasp, you want a class 1 survey line, which goes like this, low to high, so that your clasp can go like this. Okay? I wouldn't leave this like a U on a molar because you're not going to be doing a half T-bar, especially on number 2. There's barely any vestibule there. It's just not going to happen. So then we'll keep going. Yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that. Do you guys know which clasps to use? And is she giving you the clasps? Like, are you guys gonna be that blessed?
I think so.
So that's great. But the issue is you have to know then that if she wants an acres clasp and you're given a class 3 survey line like we have here, you have to know how to change it then. So that is a little tricky. Okay, let
Can
me
you
just-
show us how you would do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Thank you.
But we'll have to move over, Sarah, to your location because I need a hand piece.
So even when you're making this survey line, like you're not even really moving it, only if you're like feeling like you're hitting the.
Yeah, I
moving it up.
move it. You might not be able to tell. I am slightly moving it. And I'm trying to keep the most bottom portion of the lead at the, like, just above the free gingival margin.
let me see right there.
Because look, if you were to take this and hit the gums here, I'm not on the tooth anymore. So you're not gonna get an accurate line. And if it does happen, which it does, don't panic. You can just wipe it off and redo it, right? Because it's pencil. What did we say we were gonna do here? Someone pointed out that we were gonna do like a mesial rest here. Okay. This then would be high to low, and then there's this weird something happening there. So what I would do is, so she may say like hairpin. You guys know what that is? So that's when you have something that's, yeah, I'm trying to go from the direction I'm looking at. Like this, and your rest is here, and your clasp goes like this. There's better photos of it, obviously, in your lecture. I wouldn't typically recommend that, but because this is the way it is right now, let's just do it for fun's sake. And we'll plan to bring this line down here. Get rid of that little blip. Just to show you guys how to do multiple types.
So what do you do to like indicate that you're changing a survey line when you're drawing on the type dot?
Well, you guys are gonna have to change them, right? So these markings right now are just for me to remember that I need to go back and do that. They're not gonna see this, right? It's more just for you. And then here we'll have some kind of cingulum rest. Oh, come over here.
You're the one that's done RPGs. I've only been doing full dentures this year.
Well, see if you can recall anything, please.
Yeah, what are you,
For the love of God. Well, they have their practical tomorrow about the design. So apparently Jacobson's giving them a design with clasps and everything, and they have to know how to survey and then do the reductions.
She's giving them a design with clasps.
Like she's giving them this, and they just have to do all of the surveying and then do the rest.
Yeah, she's just giving you a design. She's
Yeah,
not
I don't know
giving
if it's
clasps. She's not giving literally a framework.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, is she?
No, I think it's just the framework. I could be wrong though.
Wait,
It just says
Meaning
RPD.
design?
Design.
Like,
Not design. Like meaning.
what teeth are there? And what teeth
just
are there? and what teeth- yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she's also giving an RPG design.
You don't?
Yeah, she
It
said it says
RPG
design, which is why I
And
asked
for the
in the
third,
chat,
yeah,
and she
the
was.
third practical it says like you're gonna take out the teeth and design your own, but for this one, it
I
said
don't think
she's
she's gonna give you guys the class. It's too easy. It's too little thought.
This one gives me too high.
Dude, I'm pretty sure ours is.
I think
let's
you're
see,
gonna
should
have
give
to
you
know
teeth
what
are
to
in or
do.
not.
That's how
Yeah.
we did
Then
it.
you just
She said
like
these
that,
teeth
and then
are
you just
missing.
survey.
Use a palatal strap to make an RPD, and you had to do all this. Like figure out the clasps, figure out the. Okay, so let's make this really simple then.
That's the third practical.
Number 1, clasps. Is we said it's Kennedy 1,
How many practicals do you guys have?
class plus 1, except for which class?
4.
Good. And how many is that?
What's that for that? Hold on. 'Cause I'm trying to think,
Oh, I guess that's all. 2. Guide planes is every edentulous.
Did we get 2 in-person preclinic practicals for RPG?
Yeah.
We did? What was the first one and what was the second one?
And now we have our survey.
A design will be given to you for the practical.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
If you guys are giving class, I would be so shook. But that would be a
No, I think you're
blessing.
reading- wait, where
Maybe
is
she'll
it?
bless you guys. So class 1
No,
survey
you're
lines.
thinking
What
for
can we
that.
do?
This means
We
designing-
can do acres.
Double embrasure.
Good.
I mean,
I would idea.
because that'd be reverse engineering. Then it's like,
What
okay,
about
this is
class 2?
correct.
So that's the hairpin. Good.
T-bar?
Good. Half T for class 2. Half T. And then class 3, who was just saying T-bar. T-bar and good. Okay, so that's your only options. You can probably write that down and bring it to the practical, just make sure it's okay with her. But that's literally it. You're choosing from all of that. So based on what you have to decide, my survey line is currently high to low. This is perfect for an acres class. Do nothing. Or, oh, my survey line is interrupted, so maybe there's a line here and then there's a gap. You have to decide, should I make this as class 1 or class 2? Based on where my rest is going. So I've kind of done that already. Now is when we mark our little undercuts.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
you're figuring out the classification from the edentulous space, right?
Yes.
Like from, if this is like lower to high, then you're like, all right, from the edentulous space, this
Yes.
is low to high,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, not the
From
other way
where
around.
your rest is. So here, when you have a tooth supported area, I'm pretty sure they put the rest on the side closest to the edentulous area. Do you
Yeah.
guys remember learning about that? Double check me, because that I'm not confident. But because my rest is here, now everything stems from your rest, and you have to decide based on where your rest location is. That's how you say it's low to high or high to low. From which direction. Yes. Because you're not gonna have a rest here and then have a random class arm coming this way. Unless you're doing some like RPI. Look those up too before your thing, because I forget what that is. That's like one of those weird class, but you probably won't need to use that.
I was saying this one's low to high, class 1.
Yeah, so this one, I'm gonna make it low to high. Right now it's class 3, so class 3 is either straight or U-shaped. When I did this survey, you can see how it's a U-shape. Do you all see that? It's a U-shape. But because my rest, I'm saying, is here, I'm going to make this a class 1. Okay, so these markings are just for me to remember to go back and do that when I drill.
You want a hand piece?
So when you shade,
Yeah, I do.
You got it?
when you shade it, that's like when you're shading it over here. Is that
That means I'm bringing that part down. I'm gonna move that apically because I'm starting with this, right?
yeah?
And if I move this down,
Then you'll get a
I'm gonna look like that, right? Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can do that wherever you want. You can make these lines look however you want them to make your life easier. Clinically, the patient is always worried about the aesthetics. So they don't want an acres clasp on a first premolar. And you have to work with eye bars and all of that good stuff. Somebody's getting me hankies. I also want the pencil, the red pencil.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For the survey line, for the molar, you went from the edentulous there, right?
Yes. Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's from the edentulous space to the tooth, not the other way, right?
I think so, but double check me because I remember there was a rule.
Space. That's why I was like,
I think it was
okay.
like
Just want to
this.
make sure that.
It was in one of the lectures. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes, I think it is.
But double check because don't get points off for that tomorrow. I don't recall entirely. Brett, do you remember? He's not gonna remember. Does anyone have the red pencil?
I'll be
I don't know. It just makes more sense to me that it would be there.
You guys have to do it in the mouth.
It is.
No.
Yeah.
But they said that in the lecture. You go from the
Yeah, I'm gonna do the undercut. Also, just a clinical tip: when you do all of this on your cast, it does not erase. So make sure you're ready to rock when you do it on an actual patient cast because it will become a mess very quick. So
Or you like dry on the thing.
yeah, but first I'm gonna check. So I want my undercut to be on this side, right? Because I've already decided that this is gonna be a class 1. So I'm gonna turn this so that I can have a side view of the tooth. And then I'm gonna put this completely up against the tooth and bring it up to where the pole and the stick out part has a gap. Okay? Because that means there's some kind of little undercut going on. So I think maybe there would be okay. So what I'm gonna do, and it's really small, but it's still there. So I'm gonna take my red pencil and I'm gonna shave it on the side. Did she teach you guys this?
Yeah.
Shave it a lot. You could do that too. I turn it around so that I'm not directly on the tooth until I want to be. I put it back, I pull it up. When I think I'm there, I'm gonna twist it and kind of make that little dot. So I can see now kind of where the dot is, and I'll go ahead and darken it. Do you guys have to do this? This doesn't even work. This isn't even writing.
But I think that would help you choose
Wait, can I see?
clasp, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys are going to be obligated to do that on this because it doesn't appear.
Oh,
The red.
okay.
Just for demonstration purposes, I'll do that one and that's it. Okay, let's lock me in with a handpiece of some sort. Who has handpiece in RPD Burkett? Thank you. Are you guys all excited for it? I'm dead. That's hilarious. Are you guys excited for clinic?
I'm mortified.
Yeah, I'm terrified every day of my life, but it's so much better, guys. You guys are gonna like live the dream. I love D3. Yeah, we're thriving. We don't have to study all the time anymore. It's so awesome. Thank you. Have you actually not opened this? That's really funny. I'm not judging you. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could also use like fixers. Okay.
Do you need to wear loops to do this surveying? Like, are they serious about that?
Well, on a patient, yes,
No,
but
but
no, not.
tomorrow.
I don't even have my loops with me right now.
So you're
So-
doing guided plane right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the guide plane. What you want to do, you know what? I might even put the analyzing rod back because they're also funny. So, right, you know, on a patient, you're gonna drill and you're not gonna be able to compare. I haven't run into that problem yet. But here you can use your analyzing rod. So this one, I forget, was like It's a little off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. I heard someone say it's really scary. Yes, it is.
What's scary?
When you do this on a patient and you, like, you guys don't have any more experience than I do at drilling this on a patient. So just imagine.
Good stuff.
What is the actual wall supposed to be when you do the
I'm
guys?
be like, hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Go cry in the bed.
There is no depth.
No, you want to be like,
You want to be as shallow as you can.
Okay,
So
shallow.
when you do this clinically, there's no anesthesia given because ideally you want to stay in enamel. So all of this is really shallow. Like you don't want a finish line.
But they're not
There's-
measuring anything.
No. I'm sorry. I actually don't know if this unit works. Does anyone know how to fix this?
Oh, the back arrow?
I forget.
The arrow in the back.
There's no switch back here. It's gone.
Oh, that's why probably no one sits there. Nice.
Let's move. Let's not waste our time.